Good morning, this is Airpost Creations 2021. This is my Shaman Olga reading for this new week. Today is Tuesday, and I will read for Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. And the reading starts with Aries. Welcome, Aries. I'm using 5 card decks, and the reading starts with Astrology of You and Me Oracle deck, because I forgot the romantic partners of the zodiac signs. So we start with the Aries romantic partner. Strengths are being independent, honest, and energetic. Weaknesses are being oblivious, demanding, and pushy. And the interactive style is being purposeful, focused, and very dynamic. The Aries romantic partners can be counted on for their honesty and desire to maintain a close involvement. However, their dynamism could be so great that it might be difficult to meet their constant demands. Aries romantic partners, they are extremely independent, and at the same time they also want daily contact, so you might call them a bit needy, which they will not appreciate, since their self-image is that of total independence. But you can always count on your romantic Aries partner, and they like it when you listen to them and you take their advice seriously. Card number 2 is from the Path of Light Oracle. Out came the card An Equal Eye. And this equal eye is about yoga meaning union. When your mind is unified, then you realize that all is a part of one system of interrelationships, and that all should be respected and loved. So use discernment to see all the sides of a situation, and then to make unbiased and unemotional decisions instead of judging people, which sees only a part of what they are all about. So yoga is an egalitarian system. It believes that everyone and everything in the universe is an expression of the one cosmic consciousness, and that all the diversities of existence proceed from the one source, being itself, and that every piece is by its inherent nature worthy of love, respect, and being honored. So the task of being who is attempting to progress on the path of yoga is to begin by settling and unifying the mind. We have been programmed and trained to categorize things into 2 primary buckets. One is the bucket of good and bad, and one is either or equation. And something is either good or evil in that system, or positive or negative. Is the one person or is the other person? And there is no nuance, and then we cannot distinguish them, because Something in our mindset cannot be both. So this is an error, as things in life are not one-sided. Things are complex and complicated. They are all bipolar. They are both. Nothing is all positive or negative, as everything contains both beneficial and detrimental facets. As a consequence of the all or nothing thinking, everywhere we look, we see things that either attract or repel us, that hook us and capture our attention, and such attraction relates to the likes and the dislikes. Anytime we judge something positively or negatively, we give that outer thing power over us to trigger a reaction in us that destroys our peace, is the message. By the time we are adults, we have so much that we judge and that triggers us that we rarely experience the peace that is inside us. This is the kind of peace that we experienced as a child prior to receiving the judgmental programming. So the path of awakening is about shedding judgmental conditioning and reprogramming ourselves to look equally to all things, to look through the faults and apparent inadequacies of others to their true nature. Our task here is to learn to be kind, compassionate, and respectful to everyone. To assist us in this effort, it is helpful to remember that we are all one and that each of us is fighting a difficult battle against our own ego and lower nature. So this is not to say that we can live without distinguishing between things, without weighing up different courses of action and then making decisions. Living requires us to make selections based on our values, of course. So living most definitely requires discernment. Discernment is the ability to decide and act after seeing a person or situation truthfully. That is, after seeing it from all sides and weighing the facts as objectively and unbiasedly as possible. This is different to judgment, which we want to minimize and ultimately get rid of altogether. Judgment is seeing things from one side only. It is biased, emotional, and caused by avida, which is ignorance. It causes us to condemn or condone, labeling things and people as good or as bad, which then flows into irrational reactions that we later might regret and then have to correct. When we use discernment instead of judgment, we act in a measured and balanced way rather than reacting emotionally. We choose the path that is most appropriate for us at a time without labeling the other path as bad. We make our choices while respecting the choices of others. We have compassion instead of judgment, for we know life is truly difficult. We open our hearts to everyone and everything, and we attempt to keep them open even when we feel like closing down and shutting people out. And we attempt to be a vehicle of kindness and of love. The next card is the Psychic Tarot card. Out came Crown Chakra. That fits in with the yoga. And the Crown Chakra has some key facts. The color is violet. The sound is non or can be used as well. The element is thought. The gland it relates to is the pineal gland. And the key words they are I know. So the crown chakra is located at the top of the head and has been called the 1,000-petaled lotus or the receiver of light. This chakra is the center of your link with the universe, the infinite, and your higher consciousness. It is the connection between wisdom and spiritual insight. The crown center is the area where ethereal light and energy are received and then dispersed throughout your aura for total well-being. To balance this chakra, I find that meditation, breath work, yoga, spiritual healing, acupuncture, and color therapy work best, says the author of this book. So when properly aligned, your crown chakra will expand to a point where it is possible to access and then tap into the deepest sources of wisdom. The Sacred Destiny Oracle card that came out is Release, relating to the autumn light. And soon autumn will come. We are on the way to there. So the cooler days and the change of color in the leaves, they mark the seasonal changes from summertime to autumn. The praising wind wildly flings the red, orange, and yellow leaves from the trees as they spiral to the dampened and dark earth. Lingering sunshine filters through the canopy of vividly colored leaves, so creating an autumn glow. In the great cycle of life, fall is the time of letting go. Just as spring is the time of new birth and summer is the time of expansion and growth, fall or autumn is the time of the harvest. It is in autumn that a time begins the inward journey into the restoring and renewing season of winter. So the sacred landscape wants you to know when you receive this card in the reading, it is time to let go and to surrender. Let go of situations, people, and objects that do not serve you. Let go of old, outmoded, self-limiting beliefs, and these beliefs only track you down. This is a time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at your core. If you are holding on to the old, it is difficult for anything new to come into your life. So begin to clear your home and living environments as well. And if you do not love it or you do not use it, then just Give it away. It is clutter. Clear it out of your space. It is time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. And the last card is Nature's Whispers. And the Nature Whispers card is show your support. The time is to encourage a colleague, a co-worker, a family member, or a friend. Be a strong shoulder or a willing volunteer to run some errands for them. Provide a safe space for another's concerns and feelings to be discussed, and be a good listener. Jump in on providing some extra time to those people. Sponsor someone else's work, maybe. Share in someone's success. All of nature continually shows us the value in creating a strong network. The trees, they provide shelter and support for many different inhabitants. So we too can do that. We as a community, we can support each other so that everyone gains. Like the trees, they gain from their roots as well. So that was the reading for you, Aries. I do thank you for listening. I am sorry for being one day late. I couldn't do it yesterday. So please excuse. I am sending out my love to you, wishing you a wonderful day and a rest of a good week. Take care and goodbye.